Hello friends, it's me Muhammad Daniel from Elixir Fragrances back with another video. So guys, today we're gonna discuss about on a very interesting topic. Or I got questions from related to this topic from many of my friends. So I just got to share my perception, my opinion about it. So today we're gonna talk about, or the topic of our discussion is that does oud really smells fecal, or does oud really smells like barley oud? So for me, no. The oud oil, the agarwood will never ever smells fecal. Okay. Basically, the fecal or the barley note usually comes in the Hindi oud oil. Usually, I'm not saying that only in Hindi oud oil, but mostly in Hindi oud oils, you feel the barley, the fecal note in it. Even it's the high quality oud oil, okay, or even it's the commercial oud oil if it is distilled through classic distillation. I'm just because one thing I just want to let you know that there are two types of method, as we have discussed before, that wherever the oud oil is distilled, there are only two methods. One is the classic method, okay, and the other one is the new generation, or you can say the new gen technique. Basically, these are techniques, not methods. Methods are different. This is the technique. Sorry, I just mix those words. So these are the techniques. Distillation techniques are different. There are different distillation techniques: hydro distillation, steam distillation, CO2 extraction, fractional distillation, etc., etc. But these are the techniques through which the which is used to distill the oud. So one technique is the classic distillation, and the other one is the new gen distillation. So mostly the barley or the fecal note comes when the oud oil was or is distilled with the classic distillation method. So why that oud oil gives you that barley note, even if although it doesn't have that fecal note when you burn the actual agarwood. Okay, so why it happens? Because when the agarwood changes into the dust form, most of the distillers put that dust into the water, or it is called the soaking method. So this method, they use this method for or they soak the dust for around about a month, 2, 3, 4, or maybe more than that. And the result, what happens is that a layer of the fermentation, or a layer of the fecal meat covers the actual aroma of the oud oil. In the result, when that dust was put into the apparatus, and mostly what people do, mostly distillers do, that they use the same water in which the dust is soaked. They use the same water for the distillation. So in the result, what happens when the oud oil is extracted from that dust, the layer which gives you that fecal or the barley note covers the actual aroma of the agarwood or the oud oil. This is why when you swipe the oud oil, which is classic distilled soft one, when you swipe that oud oil, first you feel a very heavy dose of the fecal or the barley, but after 10 to 15 minutes, that barley note fade down, and then the actual aroma of the oud oil comes out of it. Why? Because the layer of that barney or fecal node tames down, and then the actual aroma comes down and then pop up, and then you feel the beautiful, sweet, leathery, woody, little animalic, and smoky type of the aroma. That's the actual aroma. That's the actual DNA of the Hindi or any other oud oils. So, but I'm not saying that the barney or fecal aroma makes it more pathetic. No, believe me that after some time, after some aging, when that barney or fecal note stables, that oud oil will be like, very, very, very premium oud oil. Why? Because when that fecal or the barney note tames down, it gives you a little animalic boost, but with the sweeter, the leathery tone of the Hindi oud oil. When they combine it, they will give you a very beautiful aroma. That is why still in the Arab countries, in the Gulf countries like in UAE, Qatar, Saudi, Kuwait, Bahrain, they prefer the classic distilled oud oils rather than the what should I say, the new gen oud oils, because new gen oud oils are smell same like that you are burning the agar wood into the baptism heater in a very, very low heat. And what I prefer, I also prefer the new gen technique. Why? Because the actual if you want to explore the actual aroma of the agar wood, the best way is that you should have to burn the agar wood into the baptism heater in a low heat or any other burner. But why I prefer the baptism heater? Because its mechanism is very very easy to use. You can control the voltage, you can control the temperature, so it's easy for you. And it has the mica plate also, which controls the temperature. So what I'm saying, what I'm saying is, that if you want to explore the actual oud aroma, the best way is to start with the agave. Okay. Why I prefer the new gen technique? Because it's the only method through which you can capture the actual aroma of that agave wood into a bottle. For example, if we go to the classic distillation, the soaking method, the fermentation, so it will give you the actual aroma, but the layer, which I told you, that the layer covers the actual aroma of the agave. So if you are a very strong-hearted person, then you have to digest the first 15 minutes of that classic distilled oil, and after that you will feel the actual aroma of the agave wood. But still, yes, the projection wise, that classic distilled wood oil has an advantage over the new gen oils. Why? Because that fermentation or the barney or the fecal note, at first swipe, it will boost like a bomb. So, but as far as the new gen technique, no. When you swipe it, it starts with the beautiful, a very stable aroma. So both have different properties, both have different customer market. But what I prefer and what I believe is that the actual distiller, I'm talking about the distiller, the actual distiller is one who is successfully catch or get the aroma out of that wood or dust and collect it in a bottle. So this is the actual distiller. no off-putting notes, no extra notes, no fecal, no barley notes. This is actually the oud oil. But again, I'm saying that I'm not, you know, I don't have, I'm not giving any negative reviews regarding the classic distilled oud oils. I love classic distilled oud oils as well. But those classic distilled oud oils which are distilled and becomes vintage like 5 to 6 years, then it is then it that wood oil was very good for wearing, and it will give you a very very good experience. So this is for the today's video. The conclusion of the video is that oud never smells burning because it's the gift from the nature. It's a gift from the God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whatever the gift is from the God or Allah, from the human being, never smells so pathetic, so animalic, so fecal. It is the distiller who makes that oud oil so fecal, barney, according to their customer market. So oud never smells that barney fecal. The natural aroma of the oud oil is so beautiful, so complex, so attractive that even if one doesn't have tried or sniffed the oud oil before, if he or she can smell the oud oil for the first time, which has no bond, no fecal note, he or she will definitely love that oud oil. So this is for today's video. I have an example. I have the the example of that fecal and non-fecal, non-barley, very ultra clean oud oil. I have the Kohima 2, which is the Hindi oud oil. Why I giving you the Kohima 2 example? Because I have although Imalino and Tarakan, but as I told you before in the video that usually the Hindi oud oils have that type of barney or fecal notes, because in the India, mostly distillers use this type of the technique to make the oud oil. So I have the Kohima 2, which is the ultra clean, and believe me, if any one of you had tried this, comment on the video. And if any one of you haven't tried this, I have only 4 grams left. I give you the guarantee that you haven't smelled this type of the Hindi oud ever. So if you interested to buy the Kohima 2, if you want any details regarding that oud oil, feel free to contact me. I have shared my WhatsApp, Instagram and Facebook on the description, so you can contact me anytime. Feel free to ask any questions. So this is for the today's video. Hope you like it. Inshallah, we'll meet in the next video. Till then, Allah Hafiz, take care.